Hi, it's Gina from slappyintheface.com. I'm just going to do a quick video about advice and how that relates to self-awareness. We're all surrounded by advice. Coworkers, family, friends, everybody wants to give you what they think is the best thing for you to do, or sometimes whether you ask for it or not. There's all sorts of podcasts, blog posts, magazine articles. You can Google anything to find the answers or what people think are the answers to your problems. But you have to be self-aware enough to know whether or not that stuff will work for you. Because the things that work for me may not work for you, and the things that work for other people don't necessarily work for me. I listen to quite a few podcasts on my drive to and from work. And there's one I really like. She does a podcast about decluttering, and obviously that's something I do. In order to simplify your life, you have to simplify your spaces, and part of that is decluttering, getting rid of stuff you don't need. But she did a podcast a few weeks ago about how she didn't like to-do lists. I personally love to-do lists. You will not ever see me without at least 5 or 6 lists going at one time because they work for me. And had I listened to that podcast and not been a person who's fairly self-aware of my likes and dislikes and myself and what works for me and, keeps me being productive, then I would have taken her advice and tried to force myself to change. But there's no reason for me to change. Her advice worked for her, and it will work for some people, but it wasn't going to work for me. So I knew not to force myself to change to her system. And that's how you have to be with any advice you take. I'm not saying don't try new things. Of course, try new things. And that's what I do, is I tell people how to simplify their lives. And I try to help them. But I also realize the things that worked for me may not work for everyone. So please, anytime you read advice, listen to advice, if somebody in your personal life gives you advice, don't feel like you have to force yourself to change and do it their way. Be self-aware enough to realize it may not work for you, and that's okay. Remember, for more tips on how to simplify your life, go to my site, slappyintheface.com. Be sure to click the free help tab and sign up for my email tips and challenges. I hope you have a mediocre day, because sometimes mediocre days are okay. Bye.